Hey, Crawlspacers! I thought I would give you a tour of our new YouTube page. I put in a couple hours work on it, and I thought it'd be cool to give you guys a tour. And if you haven't signed up for our YouTube channel, here you go. Is youtube.com/Spider-Man Crawlspace. We are trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. So all you got to do is click subscribe and hit the bell, and you can become a subscriber. So in the past, our YouTube channel, I'll admit, was all over the place. It basically had the videos, the latest videos, etc. But the new version, and let me add this to the stream so you guys can see it. You'll see this because we are live right now. So you'll see a live video here. But once we stop going live, you'll see I created multiple playlists that you can easily find videos in. So this is the latest right here, is the latest uploads part. So you can see my recent interview with the Ditko family here. We recorded Spider History. We also did a Fight Club, several videos here. So this is the latest, what is up on the channel. This is an area that tells you what's coming up. So this Friday, we have a Patreon pre-show where we're going to talk about all the books that we're going to review and then go to Patreon. But in the future, if you want to see an interview that we have or the next live broadcast, if you can catch it, click that little reminder and you will get a notification on your email, etc., that we're going live. I don't have it here, but you can click on subscribe right about here. I can't show that because I own the page, but click on subscribe, and then there's a little bell that you can add to get a notification when we're going to go live. So another subcategory that I created was popular uploads. The most popular upload that we ever did was a live stream with Erica Lindbeck, where she is the voice actress of the Black Cat for the PS4. I did that 2 years ago. 13,000 people have seen it. And randomly, the second most popular YouTube video is where I cleaned my office and I put all my superhero squads on the desk and I gave you a tour. That is more popular than Yuri Lowenthal, which is, I think, is crazy, who's the voice actor of Spider-Man. But I thought that was fun. So if you want to look at what is the most popular things on the site, of course, the Spider-Man 77 show reunion is popular, and also the Pulse Souls one too. So another playlist that I created was called Interviews. So if you want to look at any of the live stream interviews we've done, like this one, I think gets under the radar. This is where I went to the Tulsa Comic-Con and I interviewed Mark Bagley. That was a good interview if you want to see that. This is one of my personal favorites, where I talked to Tom DeFalco, Ron Friends, and Sal Buscema, and Kelly and I talked about our love of Spider-Girl. And this is a great interview. Remember the Atari 2600? This is the woman that designed it back in the 80s. So anyway, that's when I interviewed Drew Barrymore. That was my old job. But anyway, if you click on interviews and if you click here, it will give you, let me see if you guys can see that. Yes, you can. Okay, it gives you a playlist. So there's 31 videos in this playlist of interviews. If you ever want to see some creator interviews that I've done, this one should have been seen a lot more. The Underoos creator, Larry Weiss, was a great interview that I did a couple, I guess, was it this year? Maybe it was last year, but that was a fun one. We haven't done one this year. Hopefully we get to do one this year. The Spider cosplay. We interviewed some Mary Janes. This was a PSA that Peter put together, which was really nice. Had some cosplayers talk about masking up. We interviewed some Black Cats here, some more Mary Janes. Kelly dressed up as Silver Sable on that one. That one was cool. But that is the Spider cosplay. JR's videos with Spider History go all the way back to 2017, which is when we started doing the live streams. So if you want to look at Maximum Carnage, here they are. So that's part 1, part 2, part 3. So that's all the chapters. of spider history. You can keep going back with spider history. There's more than just what the little arrow gets you. If you click on that, there's 31 spider history videos. Holy cow. Hello, chat. What's going on? Venkman in the house. Hey, man. Matt, you always have me, Brad. Well, I appreciate that, Matt. Thank you for subscribing. You thought I was going to show off the spider. No, I'm not showing off the spider cave. Not yet, anyway. Power Packer says Mark Bagley is an awesome dude. Met him at C2E2. He signed your ultimate trade. Mark Bagley was very nice. I enjoyed him a lot. And SoFlo, what's up, man? How are you, buddy? So again, all JR spider histories that we've ever streamed, I put them in a playlist. You can see them there. And YouTube gives you only a dozen little playlists that you can play off the top. So I've used all 12. So here is Spidey Friday Night Fights with George. So here are all of George's videos. If you'd like to see us, maybe you missed one. And let's see how many of those are there. 28 videos of those Friday Night Fights. And the last one, what was the very first one we started streaming? April 15th, tax day, evidently. No, September 7th, 2017 was the, oh man, look at that. StreamYard is so much better than what this was. I think that was Skype. I think we were using Skype at that point. But man, the streaming has sure become a lot easier than when we started in 2017 trying to live stream. So again, JR's videos are all there. A recent segment that we started that I really enjoy, and I think you guys too, from the lack of comments we have during the live stream, is the Spider Collectors. How many have I done? I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've done 5 of them. This was our very first one. We did 2 at once with the Guinness Book of World Record, etc. And then Bruce and Lauren and Scott and Werner. So if there's 5 videos here, I don't have another spider collector lined up at the moment, but if I do broadcast another one, they would go right there. A lot of you tune in for the Amazing Spider-Man reviews. So if you want to check those out, they're right here under this playlist. Let's see how many videos we have here. There are 39 videos of Amazing Spider-Man reviews. And if you go down here, I didn't name them as good as I could. Maybe I'll touch this up. But this predates Slot's last issue or second to last issue, ASM 800. So 39 videos of that if you want to check it out. Spider News. There's 20 videos here of Spider News segments. We tend to not do those every month. The last one, it looks like, was from January. So January, May, and June, we've done those. We've done 3 this year. Some months are lighter than others. We don't want to have to put something out there there's no news to talk about. But we've had some good news the last couple months. This one is the miscellaneous, and this one's kind of fun. This is just called Crawlspace Fun. It's got Spider Jeopardy in it. We had a karaoke show. I don't know if you guys saw that. We do a yearly Spider-Man gift exchange. So what's some of the stuff in this playlist? Tour of the new website. I did that earlier this year. The cosplayers went around and said, "Face it, Tiger, you hit the crawl space." The crawl space karaoke. That was painful to the ears. When I got my PS5, I started streaming. I haven't done that since March. I probably should. I bought a camera for it. The Crawlspace 22nd anniversary celebration. Spider Jeopardy 2020 is in here. Here's a video I did with Dark Mark and his son, where we tracked every Spider-Man ever. That was a fun one. We randomly talked to the fans like we're doing now. We had a Spider-Man game night with Spider Memes. Another game night, new segment, Spider Memes. Kelly brought out the Mad Libs. That was fun on that one. We talked to Eddie about the DC and Diamond drama. He owns a comic shop in California. We had a Marvel trivia. Good gosh, we went 5 hours on that broadcast. The Marvel stay-at-home trivia game. There you go. Had some panel readings. We used to have, we haven't done one of these in a while. Peter kind of put these in charge, but where they took a comic and then they had voice actors do it, which was kind of fun. And the 2019 gift exchange. Looks like the thumbnail is JR's little baby goblin headgear. Spider Jeopardy, the Far From Home movie review, test of streaming, chatting it up with subscribers. The Avengers Endgame review, the gifts change from 2018, Spider Jeopardy 2018, 20th anniversary of the Crawlspace with live callers. Good Lord, that went 4 hours and 2 minutes. My interview with Drew Barrymore. Jennifer Love Hewitt gave me a shout out at my old job here. And my daughter was talking to her stuffed Spider-Man on that video. So 64 random videos here if you guys want to check it out. Okay, so that's the bottom of the YouTube channel. So there you go. So again, log on to youtube.com/Spider-Man Crawlspace and subscribe. We are at 1,500 subscribers. I'd like to get it up to 2,000. I think that'd be cool. So if you can, I would appreciate it. I will take questions now. I'll take a few questions. What do we got? Vinkman says, oh yes, I remember the live stream where Kelly cosplayed as Silver Sable. It's the same episode where Brad accidentally showed an image from one of the cosplayers that was a little too hot for TV. I do remember that, Vinkman. That was that's what happens when I go down the Google image rabbit hole. Sometimes I can't sort what is going to appear on the screen. I should, but you know. Let's see, Matt, what do you say? Like you, Brad, I've always liked Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man art. In fact, I have one of his original art pages from Spider-Man Perceptions. I think that's the one with Wolverine on the cover. Man, that's awesome. I bet you that's worth some money, Matt. I love McFarlane Spider-Man. I am just the biggest fan of McFarlane. And it's hard to believe it's been 30 years since he left that book. I always thought I would see a Spawn Spider-Man crossover, but with the exception of the Overstreet cover this past year, we have not seen that book. So what do we got? We got just 6 people on YouTube. Hopefully those 6 people have subscribed, because that was the whole purpose of this video. I wanted you to show, I put a couple hours work into it to update the page. So let's hope people sign up. Let's see. I can take a few more questions if you'd like. I got nothing better to do. So feel free. We have not gained a single subscriber since I started this live stream. I just hit refresh. So hopefully someone eventually sees this video and says, you know what? That's cool. I can sort the videos out a little bit better. And I am going to hit a subscribe and a like. All right. Can you like a YouTube page? I'm not quite sure. So, well, I think I'm boring you. It's by myself. I just did this impromptu. Unless you guys have any questions, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I'll give you a couple more minutes if you'd like to ask something, and I will bid you a good night. I'm not used to being by myself. I've usually got somebody to bounce off of for these live streams. But all right, I think you guys, I have bored you sufficiently. All right, here's one. Matt wants to know, what is my favorite Spider-Man suit outside of the original? Black suit, baby. I'm a kid of the 80s. You can't get much better than that symbiote suit. Love that thing. I even like the Rick Leonardi when it was in, I think Rick Leonardi and Mike Zeck worked on that suit. And I liked the red. I think in hindsight, I think it would have been cool to put red on the hands for the web shooters. And I think maybe the eyes were red. But I think that that black and red suit looked cool. But you can't beat, hey, man, I've got this on my desk. This is what I played with when I was a little kid. This Secret Wars Spider-Man black suit is absolutely beautiful. Loved it. So that is my second favorite suit. And the first favorite, classic red and blue. That's my all-time fave. So there you go, Matt. That's your answer. Venkman is singing all by myself. I want to be. Hey, I hope you guys can join the Patreon show that we're going to do on Friday. We've got here. I'll pull up a little teaser image so you guys can see it. We've got Neil and we've got Kelly and we've got Tyler. Oh, he's excited. We're going to talk about Venom 200, which I have not read yet, but I hear it's very good. Sam, what's going on, man? How are you, buddy? Vinkman, how many Mattel Secret Wars figures do you still have? I've got them all, man. They're back right over there by my Spider-Man Mego. I've got all of them except the Hobgoblin. As a kid, I could never find the Hobgoblin for sale anywhere. So that was the cool one. So I never had a Hobgoblin. But I know there was a company that did them that were huge. They were just a little bit too pricey, I thought. But thank you, Sam. I appreciate that, man. Here is the tease for Friday. Spider Satellites Patreon live show. We're going to do that at 8:30 on patreon.com/crawlspace. That's at 8:30. At 8, we're going to do the pre-show so people can know that we're going to be streaming and what books we're going to tackle. I've got a list. Let me go onto Facebook and pull up the list of what actual books we're going to tackle on that one. Let's see. And I appreciate Neil. He curates a list for me. So I can go out and make that little Photoshop image. So we've got Venom number 200. Tyler's going to tackle that. Silk number 4. Neil's got it. Miles Morales 27. Javi has it. WEB, not Web of Spider-Man, WEB of Spider-Man 1 and 2. Kelly has those. And as you've heard on the news show, she's not a big fan of that Disney ride. So that'll be interesting to hear her 2 cents. Heroes Reborn Night Gwen. Didn't read it. Don't plan on picking it up. But Neil's got that one. Nonstop Spider-Man number 3, if we can figure out the art. Kelly's got that one. Black Cat number 7, one of the most underrated books Marvel's putting out. Black Cat, if you're not reading it, pick that up. Javi's got it. Spider-Man Spider Shadow number 3. Javi's got that one. The Mighty Valkyries number 3. Craven is hunting a Valkyrie's horse. So that will be a fun review. I don't see who's got that issue. I bet you Neil does, if I had to guess. He kind of likes that book. Heroes Reborn Double Action, which is an homage of ASM 122, where the Goblin killed the Falcon. So in that universe, I'm not reading Heroes Reborn. Really, I have no interest in it. But we'll cover it on Spider Satellites. So let me remove that. Oh, here we go. Comet, what's the status of the John Romita Sr. interview? Nothing new. I don't really think he's doing any interviews anymore. He's in his late 80s. And maybe 10 years ago, I emailed back and forth, and nothing really became of it. John Romita Sr. is right up there. I love John Romita Sr., and it would have been nice. But I don't think the live stream is something that he wants to do. But never say never. I interviewed the Ditko family this month, so I can't say I'll never talk to a Ditko. So anyway, that's the latest comment. It hasn't been released yet, but if John Romita Jr. is coming back to Spider-Man, that would be news. And that would be great to do a follow-up interview with John Romita Jr. We did one like 10 years ago on the phone. That would be fun to follow up and do an interview with him. Mike Murdoch says, I should have put that Web of Spider-Man book on my pull list without seeing it. Crap. You know what? It was on my pull list. It got canceled. And then I had the option of putting it back on there. I did not put it on the pull list because it doesn't interest me. It just looks really bad. But I have not read it. I just have no interest in it. So, Matt Bird, do you have a copy of the Untold Tales of Spider-Man, the prose novel of short stories? My favorite was The 5 Minutes by Peter David. I do, Matt. And ironically, I went to a convention in the late 90s, and Peter David signed the book in the front and signed that story in the back, because it has a beautiful Rick Leonardi art in that, if I remember the little still image. And I love that 5 minute story. There was a YouTuber by the name of, I think, Thwip Studios. And I did a voice. They took panels and then they recruited voice actors for it. And I think they did that 5 minutes story, I think. And also on there, you could obviously hear JR be the Goblin. I was the commuter cometh. I was the married guy. And my wife was the woman yelling at me. And my daughter, who was like 3 or 4, was the little bitty kid in that. But Thwip Studios on YouTube, they don't do them anymore, but that was a fun little deal. Venkman says, looking forward to hearing Kelly rip and tear WEB of Spider-Man. That should be entertaining. It should be. Kelly will not disappoint as usual. That will be a fun discussion if she loves it or hates it. I have a feeling I know which way she's going to go on that one. Be Rich, thank you. Great show last weekend, Be Rich says. So yeah, man, that was fun. We had a lot of news. We had 4 issues of Amazing. So that was a lot of content. We started recording that at 8 p.m. and I don't think we got off the line until midnight. So we produced a lot of content. Venkman, I have that Untold Tales prose novel as well. Venkman, don't you miss? I mean, they currently produce prose novels, but the 90s stuff was just so good. And a lot of the prose novels now are, I guess, another writer trying to take a crack at what happened in the comics. It wasn't original storylines. For instance, you'll have a prose of Secret Wars. You'll have a prose of Kraven's Last Hunt. And then they take that prose and then they do audiobooks of it. I liked in the 90s that it was original stories. I don't think they do that, or if they do, it's very minimal to original content for the prose novels. Those were just so good. I don't know. I guess book sales, paperback sales are not as good as they used to be. So, one more time before I wrap it up. The reason we started this video is to tell you about the YouTube channel. I redesigned it a bit. I created some new playlists. Actually, if you want to see all the playlists, you could easily click that. Well, I guess not. They're easier to see up here. But new playlist items. This is the latest stuff on the YouTube channel. This is telling you about the upcoming live streams. These are the most popular videos on the YouTube channel. Here's a collection of all the interviews I've done since, I guess, I started live streaming, which is 2017. If you click on interviews, you'll see a list of them here. There's 31. Maybe if you missed one or 2, you can go back and look at it. Spider Cosplay. Here's every cosplay live stream we've done since, I don't think it's been 2 years. I think it's been about a year that we've started that segment. Every Spider history since 2017 with JR. There's 31 videos there if you'd like to watch those. And George's segment, Friday Night Fights. 28 videos here. You can see all of them there. Also, Spider Collectors. I've only done 5 of those so far. We started that. The oldest one is 8 months ago. So there you go. And all the amazing Spider-Man reviews are here. And Spider News is right there. And Crawlspace Fun, like our game nights we've done. Spider Jeopardy is right there. Did I win that one? Yeah, let's just say I did. No, just kidding. I did not win that one, unfortunately. But yeah, Crawlspace Fun is like a miscellaneous bunch of videos that we've done over the years. So you could find a bunch of stuff in there like the game night, etc. And in the past, you had to go to videos and just randomly go down here. They were all mismatched and out of order. But now on the front page of the YouTube channel, they're a little bit more organized. And again, we're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. I think that would be a cool goal to get before summer or whenever. I think that'd be fun. So, Sam says, awesome. I'm glad you like it, Sam. Hopefully you've subscribed. I think you have. Matt says, I would love for the spider marriage reinstated by crossover of Spawn. Wouldn't that be cool? I'm going to have to disagree with you, Matt. I don't want... Well, I guess I see what you're doing. What, Spawn would take on Mephisto and then the marriage would be wiped out? Is that what you're saying? That would be sold in a one-shot. I hope the marriage would be reinstated and amazing instead of a giant-sized book crossing over with Image. But anyway. All right, gang, I appreciate you. Hopefully this video... Good grief. Did I talk by myself for 26 minutes? And you guys haven't left me yet? So thank you for that. Hopefully the YouTube channel is a little bit more understandable, a little bit organized, better. And spread the word. Share with your friends to subscribe to our channel. We've always got something going on. All right. You all have a good night. And I will catch you all Friday for our next live stream.